forgiveness is an act of self-love. Why? Why do we say that? Because when we hold on to a grudge, we are holding on to resistance. That is the simple answer. Forgiveness is an act of self-love because when we hold on to a grudge, we hold on to resistance. And resistance is something that will take me down the emotional scale. So I want to forgive that horrible person, not because I want their life to improve. I couldn't care less about their life. It's about my life. I want to improve my life. If you hold on to something, if you connect a person with a behavior, now you have created a belief. And that belief will hold you captive until you release the belief. But the problem is, this connection, if it's a negative connection, we need to forgive and forget. Otherwise, that negative connection will never go away. So this kind of a thing happens when we believe that someone has done something to harm us. When we blame someone, we hold them responsible for having created something in my life. But the point is, you can never think that way when you start understanding that you are the creator of your life. That person was just a willing messenger from the universe to show you your pattern of thinking. And when you understand that, that understanding enables us to forgive. If we don't understand that, then we can never let go of blame. We will always blame someone else for having created an experience in our life. But that's not true from a vibrational point of view, because from a vibrational point of view, I created it. Someone else showed up with things that matched my vibration. That is why I got that behavior from them. So here's the thing, if you don't pay attention to it when it first happens, then it will get worse, and it will get worse, and it will get worse. And it will just continue getting worse until an explosion happens. So in the context of relationships with significant others, in the context of a partnership, in the context of a marriage, it starts with something very simple. Very simple, that we pay attention to, and then that thing becomes bigger, and when it becomes bigger, the concept of the two-headed monster kicks in, because now it's not just the thing that is getting bigger. Now we have two problems. We have the problem of the belief that we just created about the behavior of this person, and the behavior of this person now is an independent problem. And I've seen it happen in simple, tiny little ways. I've seen it happen over money. I've seen it happen over religion. I've seen it happen over parenting. I've seen it happen over just simple entertainment. Anything, any one tiny little thing happens. Why did you tell that person that thing? Because you embarrassed me. That's a starting point of a belief that says you didn't care about me. That's the underlying belief. It's showing up in some way, but the underlying belief is you didn't care about me. So now in a marriage, if you plant the seed you didn't care about me, and then you fester that seed, you nurture the negative seed, it will bloom. It will grow just like any other seed. Why? Because you're thinking about it. And if you're thinking about it, then you are watering it, you are nurturing it, and it will grow. You think about it every time you think about it, you're causing it to grow. What does that mean? That means that one little instance, one little thing that showed you that he or she doesn't care as much about you as you want them to, then you will see two examples. You will see another example. So the first example was you said something that embarrassed me. That means you don't care enough. Then the second thing will be you left dirty dishes on the dinner table, whereas you could have put them in the dishwasher. Who do you think I am? Your servant. That means if you're treating me like your servant, that means you don't care about me. So now proof number two. Proof number one, proof number two. So now that plant, that negative plant is growing. It's growing all sorts of limbs. Now that behavior is going to show up somewhere else. It's going to show up with in a fight, in an argument. In parenting, it shows up in parenting. Don't tell my child to do it that. Why did you tell that child? You took my power away in front of the child. That means you don't care enough about me. It always boils down to, no matter where the fault is, it always boils down to you didn't care enough about me. And when you keep telling yourself that person doesn't care enough about me, it becomes your reality. And you're adding momentum, and you're adding momentum and adding momentum until one day you cannot take it anymore and you separate. Now that didn't have to happen, because you could have caught it and you could have dealt with it, because there was a reason why you got married. In the first place, there was love in the pot until you started taking it away in all these different ways. You started taking stuff out of the pot. And then what was left in the pot was garbage. And the pot wasn't worth it at that point in time to save, because the things that were worth saving are no longer in the pot. And so all of that is now gone. So you walk away from the relationship, but it doesn't end there, because you did not stop telling yourself that that person doesn't care about me. You made it their fault that they didn't care about you. So you haven't shifted that vibration. That vibration is still part of the mix. And unless you stop telling yourself that that person doesn't care about me, they always take advantage of me, they are always horrible to me, they will always take advantage of any reason to hurt me, that's the dialogue that's going on in your head. Well, guess what? Even though you have left, the dialogue has not stopped. So now you're going to end up in legal battles. And it shows up where in custody battles, children are used as pawns in a game of chess. Property is used as pawns in a game of chess between spouses who are holding each other responsible. Now you think the other person is to blame, but guess what? That other person thinks you are to blame in the same way. Because you, as far as they're concerned, you took love out of the pot as well. And that's how things go down negatively and they blow up. But it's not over until you are able to forgive and forget. Forgiveness means I now know I caused it to happen. That's what forgiveness means. I caused it to happen. So I can let you off the hook, because if you hadn't shown up, someone else would have shown up, because the universe would not have given up on sending me a message to let me know that my thoughts were in the wrong place. So you, my ex, I have to thank you, because now I see clearly. It's not that you didn't care about me. It's that I didn't care about me enough to let it go. and I caused it to become bigger. And yes, you also have a role in it. You caused it to become bigger as well, because we were just bouncing off of each other. It was a tennis match of equals. And we tied. So we separated. But we both have not done anything to fix our vibration. And so we will always keep coming together in the same place, because when we think of each other, we land ourselves back down to that vibration. So guess what, sweetheart? I'm not playing this game of tennis with you anymore. I'm going to do something that you do not expect I am capable of. I am going to forgive you and forget you, because your memory makes me go back down the emotional scale to where I was when I left, and it invokes all the reasons why I left. And the underlying reason, I always say there's the reasons that show up on the top, but the underlying reason is a very basic one. So the reasons on top were, you did this horrible thing and you did this horrible thing. I'm allowed not to like you or love you because you did all these horrible things, but underneath all of that is one belief, and that is, you didn't care enough about me, because had you cared enough about me, you would not have done any of those things to me. Ha! But now I understand law of attraction, and I know no one does anything to me. I attract everything to me because of the way I'm thinking and feeling. So if I had not responded to your behavior the first time, and the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time, and the 50th and the 100th time, then all of the mess that I created in my life would never have happened. And it's okay that it happened, because now I know better, I can see clearly, I can shift all of that, and that is why I'm going to just forgive you, because I now understand you were never responsible. You were never responsible. It was always me. It was always me. You were just the messenger, and I shot the messenger. And the thing is, the messenger keeps resurrecting themselves, because I can't stop thinking about them, and that is just momentum. This is why I need to forget all about you, because when I forget about you, momentum will go away. Momentum is what makes me remember. So I have to tell myself, I don't need to remember any of that, because universe, I heard the message, and I'm on my path to doing something about it. So I can forgive that person, because I know better now. I'm a better creator now. I'm a better allower now. And so now I'm on my way. Now I know exactly what to do.